Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Sports Media TV Unfiltered today. And we have some very exciting topics to cover, or I have some very exciting topics to cover. I like to say we because your input means like a lot to me, so I say we. But in general, when you're looking at this video, you're just going to be listening to me talk, and you'll say your comments later if you want to or don't want to, So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Free agency is about to pretty much come to an abrupt end at some point, we're hoping. And there's a lot of trades going around and a lot of players moving around. We could talk about some of the smaller stuff like Aaron Aflalo possibly leaving New York and DJ Augustine signing a lucrative contract with the Denver Nuggets, at least for how good of a player he is. And, we talked about Evan Turner and some of the other guys moving around in free agency, and that stuff is all good and well. But, dude, nobody wants to talk about that shit. So let's get down to what people want to talk about. Kevin Durant to the Warriors. Are you serious? And I'm not saying that, the sodium levels in this room right now are literally 0 to negative for me. I'm not salty at all about this. I could care less, actually. But the fact that other people care so much is what makes this entertaining to talk about. So let's talk about this. Let's put this in perspective here. KD. I want to talk about what kind of player he is. Let's just talk about this, all right? Let's get down to his numbers. You won't believe this ridiculous nonsense of just the excellence that is Kevin Durant when you talk about stats. Let's get to that really quick. So this is just for the postseason. I'm not talking about the regular season, the postseason. The actual season that matters. He's averaging about 29 points. He's averaging 8 boards, 8 total rebounds a game, and he is also shooting close to 90% from the line, 38% from 3. He is also close to put it this way. If his 3-point percentage was 2 percentage points higher, he'd be in the 50-40-90 club. So he's over 50% from the field, close to 40% from 3, and almost 90% from the free throw line. Alright, now, that's out of the way. We get how amazing KD is. Let's talk about the nitty-gritty. Why would KD even think about leaving? What's the point? Why is he leaving? And what it comes down to is this. A lot of people say it's Russell Westbrook. Some people say that it's just he wanted to chase a ring. Whatever it is, obviously he has some infatuation with Golden State. Could it be their 3-point shooting team and Kevin Durant likes shooting threes? That could be one thing. But let's get down to it here. I mean, the fact of the matter is, OKC had a good chance of re-signing Durant this summer. But that all went down the drain when the Golden State Warriors put on probably the best free agent presentation ever out of all his suitors. And this is even better than the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs free agent meeting they said it was about 2 hours. That's it. It was short, sweet, and to the point. And when you look at it from that perspective, wow. Just wow. So, Kevin Durant going to the Warriors, what does this do? What does this mean to the NBA? First of all, this means the best team in the NBA in the regular season, who had 3 All-Stars, just got another All-Star. And probably the second best or arguably first or obviously best score or arguably best scorer in the league at this point. So now you have this Golden State Warriors with Stephen Curry, who averaged 30 points per game. Kevin Durant, who averaged 27 last season. And 28 in the postseason. Draymond Green was going to give you a triple-double at least 30 times out of the year and is going to average a double-double. And Klay Thompson, that's going to give you extra 20 points a game. What the hell just happened? Did anyone else just process what just happened? Does anyone understand what actually just happened here? This is crazy. And I'm saying this not as a person who is personally invested in Kevin Durant and going to the Warriors, but as a person who was looking at the NBA and saying, as if it wasn't lopsided enough, you're going to turn one of the dark horses into a lottery team and turn one of the best teams in the league into arguably the juggernaut of the century. We haven't seen this much star power on one team ever since that LA Lakers failed experiment where they had Gary Payton and Karl Malone and Kobe and Shaq all on the same team. So this is a long time coming. We did not think this would ever happen. And the crazy thing about this whole scenario is that Golden State got Kevin Durant by a means that was so unexpected. Because this man was looking for a max deal. He was looking for a max deal out the gate. A max deal possibly with a player option. He was looking for 4 to 5 years. Wherever he was going to go, that's where the negotiations were supposed to go. And somehow Bob Myers and Joe Lacob and these guys find a way to get Kevin Durant for 2 years, $54 million. This man could make way more than 2 years, $54 million if he would have stayed with OKC. So obviously he wanted to change the scenery. And this marks a chance for Golden State to actually create a dynasty. Like they weren't already going to do it. Because who's to say they weren't going to be in the finals next year? I mean, who's to say that they were not going to just win it all next year anyways? And they've already won it all without Kevin Durant. But this is about Kevin Durant probably doing the unpopular thing and going to a place where he has a better chance at a title. That's the first thing. The second thing that could possibly make this decision just very, very, very mixed as far as reaction goes is the fact that Kevin Durant left OKC for the same team that ousted him in the Western Conference Finals. The same team that you had up 3-1 and you just let them come back and win. Now that is another thing, but I could give a damn. I don't care. I mean, we've seen bigger choke jobs before. Have we not? Remember LeBron versus Dallas? Was that not the biggest choke job in finals history? Like, we've seen worse. So, forget about that. And I get where Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley are coming from, and even Stephen A. Smith, to a certain extent. Because he doesn't really agree with this move. But at the same time, this kind of thing happens all the time. At least when it comes to big name free agents that have been so close to winning, but so far. Because if you think about it, and I find this so funny, this is crazy. At a certain point, when you lose enough, you get tired of it, especially if your talent level is that of championship level talent. And this was the same case with LeBron in Cleveland. The same case, with Durant here. I mean, let's face it, the guy was a championship caliber player. Through and through, all the way out. We know this already. We get that part. And for some reason, he couldn't get that championship. Whether it be the basketball gods, whether it be Little B's curse, whatever it was. I doubt it was Little B's curse, but if it was, then damn you. But whatever. When you talk about it, it's just crazy. Because he's been in OKC for what? Like 9 years maybe? Was it 9 years with Russell Westbrook? And it has gone as follows. When they were the Supersonics, they were trash. They were trash for a few years after that. Then they start making it to the first, second round of the playoffs. Then they make it to the finals. They make it all the way to the finals to get steamrolled by LeBron and company. Alright, that's one time. You make it to the conference finals to get beat by a Spurs team that's like 5 years older than you on the average. That's another time. Now, the next time they got even close, they run into Golden State. Get him up 3-1, and then Steph Curry and Klay Thompson just go absolutely freaking ham nuts and shoot you out of the gym for 3 straight games. How crazy is that? Now, you can say what you want about KD not showing up. We get it. That's in the past. But guess what? Neither did LaMarcus Aldridge show up. And if that guy would have left, I wouldn't have said a dang thing about it. Okay, I would have been kind of mad because he took $80 million from us. But back to the point. All right. Kevin Durant is getting older. Some people say he's in his prime. Whatever. Have you seen how much less effective LeBron has become at times? Not for long stretches, but at times. During his career, as he's peaked into his 30s. That should tell you something. Now, luckily, LeBron went on and won his rings in Miami before he had to take on the burden of bringing the first championship to Cleveland. So it wasn't that big of a drawback for him. But Kevin Durant has won nothing. He's won nothing. This man has won nothing. And he is probably, talent-wise, as far as all-around skill set goes, balancing all-around skill set as far as, having everything in order, KD is probably as balanced as they come. He's not the defender that LeBron is, but could you argue that he's a better scorer than LeBron? Could you say he's a better shooter than LeBron is, maybe? Yeah. Ball handler? They're pretty even there in the ball handling department. Playmaker? LeBron has that department, but Durant can make plays. He's a capable passer. That's for sure. He's no slouch there. And he hadn't won anything yet. He's won nothing. So you're talking about a guy that has better physical tools than LeBron James has, as far as height and length go, and probably as unique of a skill set as LeBron James and Steph Curry have, and hasn't won a ring yet. How depressing is that if you're Kevin Durant? I can average 30 points a game. I can point out 8 boards. I can bring in 6 assists. Matter of fact, I can play a little defense for you. I can probably block a shot here and there. I can guard the perimeter. I can use my length to disrupt some shots. And I still haven't won the championship yet. So from Kevin Durant's perspective, we understand why he went to Golden State. Now let me tell you why people don't need to be mad about this crap. First of all, this is a business, all right? And in Kevin Durant's case, He has benefited from the business side of this for a long time. I mean, should we talk about the amount of max dollars this man has been paid over the course of his career? He's rich. He's rich. He's endorsed. He's loved. He's Kevin Durant. We get it. But when it comes to at the end of your career and that coveted Hall of Fame, let's talk about some Hall of Famers that haven't won a ring. Karl Malone. Steve Nash. John Stockton. I mean, once-in-a-generation talents, okay? Who haven't won a ring. Charles Barkley. And guess what? Even though they might have more talent than some of the best players of all time that are up there, all the way at the top, because they don't have a championship ring on their finger, or to their career legacy, they get written off. They go into a category of superlatives that is kind of monogamous. It's kind of disrespectful if you think about it. The best players who never won a ring. I don't think KD wants to be one of those guys. LeBron damn sure didn't want to be one of them guys. He bolted out of Cleveland as soon as he had the chance. Miami, here we come. I need a ring. So, for Kevin Durant, getting a ring is everything right now. And you know what? I don't blame him. Because you know what? He's really, really good. Kevin Durant is really, really, really good. He needs a championship ring to even be relevant. Because right now, we can't put this man in the same conversation as anybody. Kawhi Leonard? I can't put him in the same conversation as Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry. You know why? Because Kawhi Leonard won a ring. Tim Duncan won 5 rings. Tony Parker won 4 rings. Mario Ginobili won 4 rings. LeBron James has won 3 rings. You get what I'm getting at here? Okay, so my point being, and I shouldn't have named 4 Spurs. I could have named 10 other players with probably maybe either equal to or less talent than Kevin Durant, but have won a ring. So it's like a all inclusive. It's like an exclusive club, man. It's like the 50-40-90 thing. It's an exclusive club. If you don't do it, you're just not in the conversation. So for Kevin Durant to go to Golden State, I'm fine with it. I don't care. Some people may, but I don't. So we'll go ahead and get around to the next topic the next time I get ready to record. Other than that, thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.